Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So I haven't made a video in what feels like forever, so I just wanted to kind of share a little bit what I've been going through and what's kind of been helping me lately and what I've been diving into, because maybe it's going to help some of you guys. So the main topic that's been coming up for me in my life recently is the topic of being vulnerable and showing up as your authentic self. So I don't know about you, but I have been kind of a people pleaser my whole life. A byproduct of being a people pleaser is not showing up as your authentic self. And I noticed this about myself maybe like 6 months to a year ago. And I've been working on it ever since. And I'm finally feeling like I have come out the other side. So I kind of want to share the process with you about how I got there and what kind of came up for me to be able to see this and then be able to change it. So yeah, like being a people pleaser is like putting how others feel above how you feel. And that's extremely destructive, because if you think about it, you can't actually help other people when you're in a low place. The best way for you to be able to help anyone is to fill up your own cup first. And when you have, when you're in that high vibrational state of total self-love and total confidence and radical honesty in who you are and showing up that way, that's when you're able to help others. That's when you're able to lead the way and be like a beacon of light that can inspire other people. When you're actually putting other people before you and putting other people's needs before your needs, you're actually pulling yourself down. And in that place, you actually can't help anyone. So another thing I kind of noticed as well is that when you are in that people pleaser mindset, you have a facade up. You have this like fake mask on where everything is always okay or you're fine, and you don't express your feelings truly or authentically or naturally with the world. And what that actually does is creates a barrier between you and the outside world. And by doing that, you're depriving yourself and the other people in your life connection, like that beautiful human connection, the feeling of love. And the kind of interesting part about this is that people can't love the real you if you don't show them the real you. All they're trying to do is love a fake version of you that you're presenting to them. So they can never actually get to see the real you. So, you know, you're depriving the world of the special and unique gifts and thoughts and opinions and characteristics that you show up. You're depriving the world of that. And everyone is unique and everyone is special. So by doing that and trying to fit in with the majority or kind of the more generic opinions is actually like dimming the light of the whole world. So when I started to look at it this way, I felt so much more excited and motivated to change, because I made it not just about myself, but actually about the whole world. And it's just like this never ending kind of path of magic when you start delving into this. Like, who am I really? Who am I without the conditioning of the media or my parents? Or something that I find really interesting is like how people want to cling to an identity that has been made up. You know, it's like, I believe this to be true about the world. Well, a belief is just a thought that you keep thinking. So why are we so loyal to these belief systems? Like, I'm somebody who agrees with this or who doesn't agree with that. And while it's totally great to have an opinion, it's also just coming into that open-minded state of, is this belief serving me or not? So I check in regularly all the time with my belief systems, like, is this serving me? And if it doesn't, I'll look for proof of its opposite. And by doing that, like tasking your mind to find proof of what you want to believe, a belief that would serve you better, then you're free. You're absolutely free. Like, you're free forever. You're free from any sort of suffering. Because I noticed this as well, especially when a lot of the stuff came up about the vaccine, was you know, you have one side of it who people are so super excited to receive the vaccine, and then you have the other side of it where there's lots of like conspiracy theories about the vaccine being bad, for example. So you could actually look at this situation as neutral, a neutral situation. Both cases could be true. And this is kind of like a big example. So that's why I wanted to touch on it, because when you step back into an objective place and say, okay, which belief is actually serving me? You know, is it serving me to disagree? No, it's not serving me to disagree with it. That's going to make my life, you know, really difficult. Is it serving me to believe that it's possible that it could be good and help people and help the world in some cases? Yeah, that's much more expansive, and it also makes me feel better. And the reason I'll say this is because that doesn't mean that I have to go get the vaccine or not get the vaccine. It doesn't have to determine my actions, but I'm shifting my belief system into a more open-minded one, you know, which is actually more loving, which is more expansive. And then when you come from that open-minded, objective place of everything in this world is neutral, we supply the meaning. We supply the this is good or this is bad. We get to decide that about kind of any topic in the world. Everything is objective, everything is neutral. And then when it does come to making a decision, like for example, in terms of the vaccine, you can make that decision in the moment. And the way I like to make decisions is I bring it into my body. Do I get kind of a sensation of, you know, excitement or love or an opening or a lightness? Then usually that's my body is guiding me to this is a yes. Or do I feel like contracted and feel like a bad feeling in my stomach? Then it's a no. So, you know, just I wanted to bring that up because I know that this is a really big topic, and for me, taking a step back and not being pulled into this way or that way just helped me to be more open-minded and objective to both sides of the case. So you can do that with anything, absolutely anything. And not only that, then you feel less a slave to society, because I think that that's one of the biggest problems in the world is people fighting for this or for that. Whereas if we can come back into that objective place of everything is neutral and which belief system is going to serve me or which belief system is going to serve the world, then it can come from a loving place rather than such a triggering, reactive place. And I find as well, when I get those kind of triggered reactional emotions that come up in my body, that's when I do the processing technique that I mentioned in my How to Process Negative Emotions video. And I use that every single day. Every time I notice myself being like triggered emotionally by someone or something, it just means that I have some stuck energy on this topic and it's coming up to the surface. Because I like to always think about it like this: if someone turned around and said to me, oh my God, your face is so purple, it wouldn't offend me, because I don't believe that to be true. I only feel offended when I already have that belief system inside my body. So it's always just about bringing it back and processing it. Why am I reacting this way? What is it inside of me that's actually making me feel an emotional reaction? And when we can bring that back into ourselves, take responsibility for how we're feeling, again, you're stepping into absolute freedom, because you're not a slave to anyone around you. It's always like you're able to resource yourself in any moment. So that's been really helping me. And it's also coming into that place when I say being your authentic self, like who are you beyond the belief systems that you have when you bring it back, you know? What lights you up? What like makes you feel alive? if you think back to situations in the past couple of days or the past couple of weeks or maybe your whole life, can you think of a couple of times in your life where you feel truly lit up, really alive, really like full of excitement and joy and just like, this is why I'm here? That's going to give you an idea into who you really are. Those are the things that will tell you more about who you are than your belief systems or your thoughts. So definitely give that a go, practice that and see what comes up for you, because it will be easy to see how you have that sort of expansive feeling the minute you think about it. And then when you do find it, you can always come back to that, and that will help to remind you who you really are. And that also brings up something else for me about, showing up as your authentic self. Since I've been practicing this in my life, I've noticed that, the whole people pleaser thing, you act a certain way because you want people to like you, right? Or maybe you feel like if you don't act in this way and people don't like you, you're in threat of losing love. And that's, comes back to that core belief of when we're children. And if we didn't act good or we didn't behave in a good way, love may have been withdrawn from us. So this is where it all stems from, is that, can I start to believe that I am lovable just as I am? Just by being me is enough to be lovable. And that's something that I've been practicing for a while now, and it feels so good. So I really, really recommend that as well. Ingraining the belief system into your mind, I am lovable just as I am. And how can you act in accordance with that belief system? Because when you want to create a new belief system, you also have to act in accordance with it. You can't act in a way that proves its opposite or your old limiting belief system. So if I believe that I'm lovable just as I am, then I don't need to perform or behave in a certain way to feel like that's the only way I can receive love. So I have to practice that in my daily life, like in moments where I feel like, I have to be super energetic around people in order for them to like me, or I have to be super positive even if I'm not feeling good in order for them to like me. Questioning that and be like, can I practice, even if it's just like a baby step, can I practice showing up in the most authentic way, how I'm feeling in this very moment, expressing those feelings in that very moment, and just check in and track it and notice how people react. People actually act more loving towards you because it's like innate, natural human instinct. When people are being authentic and true in the moment, we want to help each other, we want to love each other. It's only when these walls and barriers come up that people act defensive. So that's definitely something that to practice in a day-to-day basis in your life, is how can I show up in accordance with this belief system that I am lovable just as I am. And this is like a domino effect, because once you start doing that, the people around you start to change, they start to treat you differently. The bar has been raised in terms of the respect you feel for yourself, and then also the way that others respect you as well, because you are believing that you're lovable just as you are. You don't need to do anything special to receive love. Being you is enough. And also when you start doing that, then as well, you start to realize a deeper level of yourself, of who you actually are, that starts to come up naturally as well. So I guess I've just been feeling more myself than I've ever felt in my whole life, just by thinking this way, practicing these new ways of being, these new ways of thinking. And I just hope and I intend that this will help you in some way to start questioning, like self-inquiry. What way am I showing up in the world? And is it my authentic self? Is this the way that I want to live my life, in service to how others see me rather than how I really feel and how I really am? Because that's the gift that we came to this earth with, and to be and to share, is who you really are, that unique energetic frequency, that home kind of feeling. That's you, that's who you are. And doing this kind of work, it helps you to get more in touch with that. So I just wanted to share how that's been coming up for me, basically. So if anyone has any questions about this topic, or you want me to kind of dive deeper into it, definitely let me know. I've been working so hard on my business at the moment, my manifestation coaching business. And I've just started a new program. So I've been super busy with that. It's really lighting me up. This is how I know this is truly part of my journey on the earth, why I'm here, because it makes me feel alive. It makes me feel lit up. It makes me feel excited, expanded, joyful, energetic. I know this is what I'm here to do, is to help people manifest their dream life, manifest anything they want, manifest a new state of being, stepping into their more unique, authentic version of themselves, letting go of the limiting beliefs, letting go of the manifesting things that you don't want to see into your life. So that's kind of what I've been up to, but I'm definitely setting my intention to make more videos because I have a whole bunch of topics that I really want to cover. And I'm also going to be spending more time doing my podcast. I think the next podcast episode is going to be about body affirmation, loving your body, what to do when you struggle with, you know, negative thoughts in your body, or how you feel in yourself. So I definitely want to cover that topic. But if there's anything you want covered, please leave a comment down below. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and hit that bell icon if you want to be notified when I put out new videos. But until then, I guess I'll see you guys on the next video.